Hey everyone, my name is Leila. I decided to challenge myself and to choose only 10 fragrances for my entire collection, which is 250 plus bottles. In case if I was told that I need to get rid of all the rest and to leave only these 10. So I realized as a result, you will see today, that I'm a big fan of classical fragrances. I think looking at the fragrances that you choose, you can see what kind of person you are. I think today's fragrances, they reflect my personality, definitely. So let's start. I want to start with, I think, the oldest fragrance in my collection, because I used to wear it when I was 21. This one is Intuition from Este Lauder, and this is an old formula because this fragrance was reformulated and now it was discontinued. This is the bottle with a drop, and I call it a drop of sun, because the fragrance itself, yes, it's very classical, but it's very positive, uplifting, and very optimistic type of fragrance for me. At the same time, it's very classical and old school type of fragrance. This is a very beautiful mixture of flowers, citruses, and amber. But this fragrance for me is the reflection of sun in the bottle, but it's like a sunny fragrance, but a very classy, and that smells very expensive. And at the same time, it is a very, as I said, it's very optimistic and very positive type of fragrance. I love it. It has the notes of citruses on the top, like oranges. I think it has also grapefruit. It has the gardenia, and it also has lots of amber. It is not sweet, but it definitely has some floral sweetness to it, just a little bit. But altogether, it is so beautiful, and it has such a beautiful sillage. And when I first smelled this fragrance from my colleague, I could see her sillage. It was like a long trail, sparkling. It was like a sparkling sunny trail. She was like shining with those sun rays. Probably I have a very good imagination. However, I fell in love with the trail of this fragrance, and it's still there. But again, I'm talking about the old formula, and I'm afraid it's a bit difficult to find it nowadays. So I have one more bottle. The next fragrance is also very classical, and it's also a fragrance from my past, and this is Dune by Dior. And this is a fragrance that my sister used to wear in the 90s. And this is a gorgeous fragrance that has no analogs. I don't know anything that could be similar to this fragrance, except probably LP number 9 from Elegance. However, that one is still different. It has, the Elegance one has a lot of lavender. This one is very warm. It is also very sunny, very positive and uplifting, and at the same time very classy type of fragrance. It's timeless. The DNA of this fragrance is timeless. It's woody, it's a bit spicy, it's also a bit sweet. It is sunny, it is a bit salty, but altogether this is a stunning fragrance that I think doesn't have any age. It doesn't have any season. You can wear it anywhere, absolutely. You can still find it online. It's not discontinued as far as I know. Though it was reformulated and I have a new formula, I would say it is very close to the old formula still. So I can still recognize, it's very recognizable still. So try if you haven't tried, because I think this is a legend. The next fragrance is Chypre fragrance, and I love it a lot, and this is the fragrance that I remember again since childhood. At least I remember the DNA of this fragrance. This is a Cartier's La Panthère, and this is one of my favorite Chypres, I would say, because today you will see I have quite a lot of Chypres. Cartier La Panthère is also a fragrance which is very classy. It smells very expensive, it has lots of alchemose, and you can feel it. It also has an old school DNA, but at the same time, I think it doesn't smell old at all. Again, for me, this is a timeless fragrance that I really love, but I see this mostly for the evening because it smells like gold to me. This is also one of the most expensive smelling fragrances in my collection, and it smells like the jewelry from Cartier. I don't know, it smells like gold. It has the notes of strawberry, if I'm not mistaken. At least it has that fruity vibes. Fruity, but at the same time floral and very, very mossy, like it has lots of oak moss. I have an old formula. I know this one was also reformulated. I don't know how the new formula smells like, but I can definitely say that the old formula is gorgeous. It's very long lasting and it has very beautiful sillage. It's a noticeable type of fragrance and I love that type of fragrances. The next fragrance is also Chypre, and this is the fragrance from Parfums de Nicolai, and this is Patchouli Intense. And this is one of the most beautiful Chypres that I have in my collection, I would say. It is the loudest, I must admit, because when you spray it, it fills the room. It, you know, it goes in front of you, so you need to be prepared. This is not a fragrance about the patchouli, I would say, though it says Patchouli Intense. And even if it has patchouli, it's very different from anything else that I have in my collection. These are like a green, clean type of patchouli mixed with lots of lavender, mixed with some citrusy notes. So it's a green, soapy, clean type of patchouli, I would say. You can call it fougere, but probably it's fougere borderline with a Chypre. This is how I would describe this fragrance. The quality-wise, this is a top-notch. It's a top-notch, and it is again a very classical type of fragrance, I would say. At the same time, it smells very expensive. So I would say the most of the fragrances you will see today, they smell very expensive, and this is some sort of class that I can smell in the fragrance. This is a real high quality, very well blended and crafted type of French perfumery when you smell this, including everything that you will see today. So those are for me the masterpieces in my collection. So Patchouli Intense is also another masterpiece, and if you are a fan of the old school type of fragrances but in the modern versions, in the modern interpretation, but you still like that very smooth blend, very classical Guerlain type of blend that Guerlain used to have before, because Patricia de Nicolai belongs to Guerlain's family. However, she doesn't make fragrances for that house, she has her own. So the next fragrance is a very modern fragrance. It's the newest, one of the newest ones I have in my collection, and this is a modern Chypre. This is a fragrance from Lancome, and this is Idole Intense. So it's a flat bottle, as you see, and the fragrance itself is gorgeous. It's very beautiful. Also rose, patchouli. I think it has some woody notes as well. Very beautiful combination. Very well done, well blended. Though it's, as I said, a newest release. However, I think it's a very high quality type of designer fragrance. This is my second bottle. I already finished the 30 ml one. This is my second bottle, and you can see I used already quite a lot from this one. And this is the fragrance that I always need in my collection, because when I don't know what to wear, I use this one. It's a very easy to use type of fragrance, but at the same time it's very classy. This is the fragrance about the rose, and the rose here smells again very Chypre-like, but at the same time very modern. You will not look old. This It doesn't have any old school vibes. However, again, you can smell that class, and it smells really very posh, I would say. And another shipper in my today's list is a fragrance from Parfums de Marly, and this is Sudbury. This fragrance is not popular at all. I don't see it in other bloggers' collections, and I wonder why, because it's one of the best tuberose shippers, tuberose/iris shippers that I have in my collection. Like this fragrance is about tuberose, first of all, of course, because this note is the brightest, I would say, in this composition. However, it's bright only in the very beginning, and then later on, when the iris joins this orchestra, the tuberose comes down and becomes more powdery. It has also the note of oakmoss. It's very prominent there as well. That's why you can straight away recognize the shipper's DNA here. And it is classy. It is classical. It reminds me of old school fragrance that my mom used to have, like an old fragrance that I think you can still find. It's called Climat by Lancome. We used to have a small bottle of perfume, pure perfume, and it was gorgeous. I always loved that. That was the like green, a bit dark type of shipper, and this fragrance reminds me of that fragrance a lot. For those who are looking for something similar to Lancome's Climat, I would highly suggest you to try Sudbury. Beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous, stunning type of tuberose fragrance with a little bit of old school vibes, but at the same time smells very expensive and very modern. It also has an amazing performance. All the today's fragrances that you will see, they all have very, very good performance, because performance is very important for me, because when I pay money, I paid for the pleasure that I get from the fragrance. And for me, the main pleasure is not the bottle, is the juice that is inside. I want to smell it from myself hours and hours long, like at least for 3 to 4 hours. I want to feel it. Every time when I move, I want to have those whiffs. And I'm not ready to pay even if I see a beautiful bottle, a very gorgeous juice, but if it's gone within 1 to 2 hours, I don't get that pleasure for that money. That's why I mostly purchase fragrances that I can smell from myself within the distant amount of time. So the next fragrance is a bit different from anything else that I've shown already. It's not Chypre. This is an amber-based fragrance, and I love amber. This one is Dolce Gabbana Velvet Amber Sun, and I think, from my point of view, this is the best amber fragrance that I have in my collection. This is a very beautiful, warm, at the same time very cozy and pleasant type of amber, mixed with vanilla, mixed with some creamy notes, and it creates such a cozy atmosphere, and at the same time it smells so expensive. It has lots of woody notes as well. So it's amber, woods, vanilla, a bit creamy. It's very positive, extremely positive and sunny type of fragrance. I would say this is a perfect for fall, autumn, winter, for cold months. It's quite oriental, I would say, yes. Well, generally for me, amber is quite an oriental ingredient, oriental note. It smells quite oriental. This is a very polished fragrance that lasts long, that projects well. So you pay money for, you know what you're paying for, you know, for the quality, for the performance, for the bottle, which is quite gorgeous as well. So altogether, if you're looking for some warming up, cozy, but at the same time, very classy type of amber, not too loud, but at the same time very noticeable type of fragrance that will create a cozy bubble around you, but will smell definitely very expensive. As I said, one of the best ambers that I have in my collection. I would suggest to go for the Velvet Amber Sun, and I would suggest you to look for this fragrance online, not in the stores, because in the store you can find it for about $200, but online, if you're lucky, you could get it for $80 to $100, which I think is a decent price for this quality and this fragrance. Amazing one. Another fragrance that has very similar color to Velvet Amber Sun, but also very warming up type of fragrance, and unfortunately discontinued. This is from Mugler, and this is Alien Essence Absolute. A beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous vanilla type of Alien. Very balsamic on the start, but very, very rich, warm. It's an addictive type of fragrance. I was choosing between classical Alien and this one to add in today's list, and I decided to choose this one because besides the beauty of original Alien, it has the warmth of vanilla and it has balsamic notes, it has some spices. It is so beautiful, it is so cozy, and at the same time it smells very classy. It's very well blended. And again, I love this bottle and I love the color of juice. Amazing, stunning fragrance. Unfortunately, they have discontinued it, and I don't understand why. I think this is a crime to discontinue this beauty. This is a gorgeous fragrance. And the next one is from Amouage. And I always say that this is one of my favorites in Amouage. Choosing among all of them, I would choose this one. And this is Amouage Memoire. A very introvert type of fragrance. The fragrance that makes you think. Fragrance that smells also very classy. Very expensive. And this is Oriental Chypre. It's all about incense, about woods. It has some castoreum. It has some sweetness, definitely, but I'm not sure. It has some vanilla. No, I doubt. Probably has some sandalwood. But again, it has just a tad, just a little bit of old school vibes for me. But it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, woody, a bit spicy because it has some spices, and it also has cardamom. I think it has pepper. It's spicy, woody, incensey type of Chypre. Gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. A bit melancholic. However, again, it smells very expensive. It smells classy. And the last but not least is a second bottle also in my entire collection. So I used this one and this one, the entire bottles, when I already had more than 200 fragrances. So you can imagine how much I love them. This is Narcisse EDP from Narcisse Rodriguez. This is Eau de Toilette. And unfortunately, this one has also been discontinued. And this is also Chypre, and a gorgeous, gorgeous mixture of rose, woody notes, and I think it's vetiver. So it's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance that when I don't know, and of course musk. Sorry, I forgot about musk. Musk is the main role player here. However, I smell, when I smell the musk here, it is like a very clean base for me. That's why I don't notice it. It's not animalic at all. That's why it creates like a very beautiful white pillow on the top of which you can put all the ingredients like rose, vetiver, woody notes. So very high quality type of juice. Also a bit probably old schoolish, just because this is a rose type of Chypre, and this is definitely Chypre one. However, again, very modern. I would say these two fragrances, they have some similarities. They have the same vibes. They are very different because this is musky, this is not at all. But again, they have the same character. They send the same message, I would say. So that's why probably I like both of them so much, and I used both of them. So another gorgeous fragrance from Narcisse Rodriguez, and I have more than 10 bottles, by the way, in my collection from this designer brand. So that's it for today, and you may see that in today's fragrances, the juices and the bottles, they reflect my bright and my dark side, the bright and dark side of my personality, I think, like anybody else's. We all have, you know, the bright side and the dark side. And thank you for watching. In case if you liked my today's video, please don't forget to support me with your thumbs up. If any of the today's fragrances are your favorite, please don't forget to write which one in the comment section down below, because I'll be very interested to read who is my soulmate. I also invite you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and don't forget to press that notification bell not to miss my next video. I also invite you to visit my Instagram page as always, and if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you in my next videos. Bye.